It's too loud, guys.
Across the border in the US. Now, this gentleman is looking for people who would like to get free in 2023, which is very exciting to me. Let me tell you that. And because the fact is, he's helped many others get free. He's helped many others achieve success through what he's about to show you here tonight, and they are living the lives they've always dreamed of. So sit back, take in the information. Before he is halfway through, I guarantee you'll be signing up. You'll be wanting, what is this I got to have to be a customer? Because it is that exciting. And the fact is, just sit back, take in the information, and any questions you have, that type of thing, whoever invited you on will be able to answer them afterwards. But the fact is, I am so excited to get this gentleman online and have him present what he has his hands on. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Wayne McNamara.
All right, folks, can everybody hear me? Can you see me and hear me? All right. Thanks for the intro, bud. I appreciate it. Man, it's been an awesome journey. New Year's here. How many people agree that we're, what are we, 8, 9 days into this thing? Has anybody kept their New Year's resolutions yet? We're still all good. We're 9 days in, right? So I want to talk to you guys about making the year a great year. And I remember being presented this opportunity. And I remember in my head, I had this little bit of a cognitive dissonance decision making. And I was always worried about stable income. So I'm going to show you something tonight that you don't have to leave your full-time job. You don't have to do any of that stuff. I'm going to show you something that you can do in your everyday walk of life. I'm going to show you what this entails. It's exactly doing that. And you can share it with other people and help bless them. And so as I go through this tonight, I'm excited. I'm going to get excited. I just finished a meeting 2 hours ago. I was in a house plan and somewhere within about a half hour, an hour from the house, and got a couple of people started there. It's so exciting. Got lots of questions. And so as I go through this tonight, I know you have any questions, feel free to whoever invited you tonight. This is not the last step. Are you with me? This is just a Scooby snack of what we're about to learn as we go through this year. So it's going to be spectacular. But whoever invited you tonight, the goal is to get back with them after this Zoom's over. I'm going to do a quick 15, 20 minutes. And if you like what you see, get back to whoever invited you here on another Zoom after this. Ask questions, write some stuff down. That's exactly what you need to do, because confidence comes from clarity. Clarity comes from getting questions answered. So as we go through this, I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully you guys can see my screen. And if I see this, Joe, give me a heads up if you can, okay? Hopefully you can. If you can see it, you should be able to see it time now. Can you guys see this or no? You can? Okay, can you still see me and the screen at the same time? Okay, so on the front screen here, we'll get going here. It says the life you always wanted. That's our what's that slogan or hashtag, what you will. But like Joe said, I truly am living the way I want to live. I love the way I live. I have a couple of kids, got my wife, and we do this full time. And I'm going to present to you right here tonight. We do this for a couple hours a week, and it's fun to help people save money on their everyday purchases. And it's fun to help them make income if they want to go and bless other people and help them save money. It's a win-win deal. So as I go through this, let me explain it. You're going to know a lot of this already. We just package it in a way that helps you understand why we come up with this business model, okay? I was a welder. I worked at General Motors, and I liked my job. I had no bad apples with my career or my job. Are you with me? I made good money. I liked the guys I worked with. The problem was it was seasonal. Sometimes I had overtime, sometimes I didn't. And sometimes I did, and I was laid off for a couple of months. And you know how the automotive industry works. It wasn't stable all the time. And so as we go into this, I remember saying what got me started. Someone asked me this just recently, and a lot of times it comes from a base of fear. I didn't want to lose something in my life. Are you with me? I had a mortgage, a car payment, a truck payment. I just had stuff that I was on the line to pay. And I remember thinking to myself, if I lose my job, it could be gone. And my wife lost her job because she got hurt bad. And so that's what made us jump into doing something online, because I remember saying to myself, there's a lot of money on the internet. And when I say that today, you guys all know that there's kids that make $5 and $10 million a year on YouTube videos. So we know there's money there. The question is, how do we tailor it so that we can benefit from it, but not become a full-time YouTuber, if you will. Okay. We all have full-time jobs. So let me go through this. The platform business model industry, we started to study this during the COVID days when everybody was kind of locked in and we weren't doing much. And we've seen there's a lot of models out there where one or two owners of those models make a lot of money. And again, I'm not against that. I'm a free enterprise. I'm pro-business. It's all good. But as we looked more deep at it, a lot of the people doing the legwork to make all these platforms work, the you and I and our friends, we weren't getting paid much money at all. Are you with me? It was the owners that were making it based on advertisement and all that kind of stuff. So we said, if most of these platforms work, they need people. Once they get people, they got to learn how to sell a product or they got to advertise. That's how they make their money. So we started to design a platform, and our platform is called the Life Platform, or you might hear about the People's Platform. Either one, you'll hear about it. But the concept was then, instead of 2 or 3 guys that own the platform making the money, what if we can actually invert that, and the people actually get started and share the platform can make money like the owner. Everyone's a franchisee owner, if you will. And that model kind of started to come together. And how we put it together, our platform base was gelled based on everybody that shops every day. We said, well, how do we create a business model around human nature? Stuff that people are doing every day. Because would you guys agree, habits are hard to break, good or bad. Once you develop the habit, I'm not saying it's easy to start, but would you agree, once you start the habit, you got it, and that system keeps you going, agreed? It's whatever you do in the morning. Maybe you wake up in the morning, get a shower, there's certain things you do every day that you've got to think about. It's habit. That's how we wanted to build a business model. We want it to be based on everyday things. And so here's what we did. Ask yourself this question. As I show you this screen, watch. How many people, now again, if there's some Americans on here, there's about 550 stores in the US that this is the Canadian version I'm showing here, okay? And the money's a little bit less, so I'll go through it like the cost. But as I go through this, think about this for a second. If I ask you this right now, in the last 30 days, has anybody shopped at Marshall's, Petro-Canada, Freshie, Old Navy, Subway, Swiss Chalet, Walmart, Amazon, Tim Hortons, Sobeys, Esso, Home Depot, Home Hardware? If I went just through some of those stores out, would everyone on this call say, before tonight and before this meeting, you were going to shop at those stores anyway? Agreed? So we said, what if we create a business model where we can give people a perk at everyday purchases? Because if we can help anybody, would you agree that helping people in the bottom line to save money helps long term? So if you're going to spend your money there anyway, why not get it for cheaper? That was our concept. And we started that by having a customer-based model. So the customer model was this. If you pay $60 a year in the US or $72 a year in Canada, you get access to all of our stores, and you get anywhere from 1 to 10% or 1 to 15% off on cash back on all these stores that we have. Make sense? It was just a clean cut thing. And we have 100,000 plus customers or more on there. I think we're closer to 400. I don't know the exact number, but July 5th, we launched 152 stores here in Canada, 500 some in the US, and it's crazy. And here's what I want to tell you guys. If you're on here, listen to this stat. I think we'll have millions of customers. Oh, he's a big thinker, is he? No, I just do the math. In the US alone, in Canada, Costco has 49 million people pay $120 for a membership to go to Costco and buy stuff that they don't want because they buy more than they use. 49 million people spend 120 bucks a year. Ours is $60 a year, or 72 in Canada, and you have 152 stores. You don't have one store. You guys with me? So that concept was a slam dunk. Everyone on this call, if it ends right now, if I press end on this call, go subscribe to whoever's invited you here tonight, get a link from them, invest your $72 Canadian or $60 US, and go save yourself $300-400 this year on everyday purchases. That to me made sense. So that was our concept at the beginning. And then we said, you know what? Let's develop that kind of idea through. And the concept then said, if I'm going to use it myself, why wouldn't I share it to somebody else? Because if it's a good deal for me, it's going to be a good deal for my mom, my cousin, my aunt, my uncle, my friends. And that's when we developed a membership side. So the customer side, you get cash back. And the membership side, you're now going to earn income based on how many people that you share it with. So it's a profit sharing pool, if you will. And so as you go through this, I'm kind of explaining it to you. What we said is, what if we can help people understand this concept we call a consumer rebellion? Now, when I say consumer rebellion, people are like, wow, is this a negative thing? We're going to rebel. We're going to picket signs. We're going to Ottawa. No, that's not what we're doing here, folks. Are you with me? That's not it. It's simply understanding how the system works for us or against us today. And here's the simple math on this. Last year in the US and Canada, credit card companies made $75 billion on purchases with the credit card. Again, I'm not against that. People do what you got to do. But the reason they got us to do that was because they enticed us with cash back. And sometimes people just need the card because they don't have any extra money. They're tapped out. I understand that. Hard times for people. I've been through those spots. But the problem with using the credit card is, what if something happens where you can't pay it off? There's where the problem exists with the credit card industry. Would you guys agree? If you paid off your card every month on time, no matter what, forever, and never owed any interest, it wouldn't be a big deal, agreed? But last year, they made $175 billion on that big deal, on that deal that people are not paying off their credit card. So late fees and interest caused havoc on people last year to the tune of $175 billion. Would you guys agree that's a lot of money? Again, I know some people that didn't want to use it and they were forced to. I get it. But here's what we're saying and why we call it the consumer rebellion. Instead of the credit card companies making a whole bunch of money off of people, what if we make some money off of our friends and family and community by sharing with people? Because it's going to the credit card companies now. So if I can help my mom save a little bit of money and I get rewarded to do that, wouldn't you agree? It's a win for my mom and it's a win for me. So it has nothing to do with Libro or Scotiabank or TD. They're not involved at all. They already got enough money. They don't need any more of my money. Does that make sense? So that's why we started this consumer rebellion, and we created a program on our phone. And it's really simple. It's called Starfish. You'll hear more about it as we go. That program now allows me to use all those stores I just showed you. All these stores are in my platform on my phone. And all as I do is I have an electronic e-wallet online in my phone. It's like I email myself money. Or did you ever pay a bill online or do an ACH down in the US? You ever do that before? Well, that concept is all these stores are on our platform. And once you register as a customer or a member, you have access to these stores. And instead of using credit card here or there, you can just use this platform and get instant cash back at all the stores at the till, or if you order online. Either one. I had stuff delivered to my door today and I got cash back for it from my own program. Make sense? So that's where we called it the consumer rebellion. Start using this Starfish program for yourself and your friends. And instead of the credit card guys making the money, you make that money right now. That's a simple concept as we move forward. But the business itself is staggering how lucrative it is because, again, you have to remember in business times, guys, when things are tight, we just had 2 years of COVID where people got free money in this country in Canada. And I'm not against it. But honestly, ask yourself, did it help improve everybody's finances? And if we're honest, usually it's never did. It might be even or less. Would you agree? Because a lot of people lost their jobs, got downsized. Now they're in the workforce for a year or 2 years. Everything now is harder for them. Agreed? Even though they could pay their bills short term. So we're not trying to say, let's give everybody a handout. We're talking about giving a hand up, give them information, educate them, and show them a way that they can make a passive income full-time forever. Not just one-time handouts. Forever you can get residual incomes on purchases of everyday products, groceries, gas. That is awesome, gang, when you think about that, okay? So here's what we do. We have this $250 billion credit community right now that we got kind of sucked into using, if you will, right? Remember your grandfather or your dad? How much credit cards did they use? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so they didn't have to pay interest on nothing, basically, right? Where today's generation, it's interest from the day they're born, basically. And that's a little exaggeration, but you know what I mean, right? So the 250 billion on the right side I'm showing you here in this blue circle is the cash community that we have available. We could tap into that and start slowly moving everybody off the addicted credit over to the cash. And instead of the banks making the money, you make the money now, and I make the money, and Joe makes the money. Whoever's on here, we all share in that profit system together, okay? That's why it's called the consumer rebellion. I love it. And so here's the kind of concept. If you're interested in just saving, like my mom cutting coupons all the time and trying to get a deal here, $2 off here, matching this price over here. She's done that her whole life. Are you with me? And there's nothing wrong with that. She's trying to save money. That's what we would call a 1X in this. Get started, become a customer, and save your own purchases every year, and you'll save $300 or $400 a year on your purchases. That is an awesome win. Are you guys with me? That's someone that doesn't want to be an entrepreneur. They don't want to make any extra money. They're just like, I want to save. Boom. You should be a customer for us, okay? But then as you start to realize, here's the thought that I had. If I'm going to actually use it myself, I know I'm going to bump into other people that are out and ask me, How did you save that much money from Amazon? How did you get that much money back from Walmart? How do you get paid for your purchases? Are you delivering products all over the place for people, or is that how you're getting paid? That's not it at all. Don't do any of that stuff. I shop at their till or online, and I instantly get cash back right back to my phone based on how much cash back they offer me. Each store is a little different. It is fabulous. Okay. So the 10X says, what if I invite 10 of my friends that want to do this with me? Family, coworkers, aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, whatever. Now, 10 people do this together. Now, what starts to happen is every time they purchase something, think about 10 people purchasing 15, 20 times a month at different stores. That's all collected volume. That all flows through you as a business owner. You get a business number. It's all tracked online for you. Now you start to get residuals on everyday shopping. I mean, well, how do you know it's guaranteed? Well, I don't know it's guaranteed, but not everybody's driving an electric car right now, so they're eating gas. And I believe fasting lasts for about a week, and people got to eat. Okay, so I think it's pretty guaranteed that people are going to spend money at these stores, especially the Walmarts and the Amazons and all those places, because it's the cheapest place to get stuff. Are you with me? And so as you start doing that, you start tiering up. You go to 10, that makes about $500-$600 a month as a passive income for people. And then you start looking on this right side, it talks about some big goals and big dreams. Obviously, $500 or $600 a month is not getting my dreams. Are you with me? But once 100 people did this with me, then I started to check mark off. I wrote 100 dreams and goals out the first year I was in business. And the second year, I crossed out 76 of them. 76 I wiped out. You know why? Because I learned this term called leverage. Leverage is getting more out of something than you physically put in it. I wasn't working 100 hours a week. I was working 60 hours a week as a welder. And I was doing this part-time for 4 or 6 hours on the side. And eventually this 4 or 6 hour work started to pay me more than I was doing in my 60 hours as a welder. You know why? Because I had 100 other people that were out there purchasing and doing this. And that's the leverage factor game. This is the thing. Those 100 people were already paying Visa and MasterCard and TD and all those places interest anyway, or fees every year, or all that stuff. With me, the money was going back to the banking system. And then once I introduced them this, now the money comes back to the local communities that you and I are part of. It comes back to individual households. And 100 people doing this is $10,000 a month. Now, would you agree that's a little different? So I say 10 grand. Oh, he lost me. It's 10 grand. Well, I'm telling you right now, we make more than 10 grand. Okay. And I'm not a hologram. It might look like that, but this is a real wall behind you right here. This is not a fake screen. Are you with me? I'm telling you, it's legit. And if you don't know me, come meet me. I live in 16 Brookfield Court, Ingersoll. Come meet me. I don't have a job. I wake up every day with my kids and my family, and I love what I do. I don't say that to brag. I say it because there's a lot of posers out there. It's getting people to do something or buy this or buy that gimmick. This is not a gimmick. This is not one of those pyramid things where you sit at the top and you make a whole bunch of money. Trust me, Cabela's, Walmart, Bass Pro, all those big stores already fine-tooth combed us that we're not illegal. We would Walmart, they wouldn't all be in business with us right now. Are you with me? All that's what I'm showing you is an honest way to save money on everyday purchases and a way to help your family and friends save money. And if you do that, you're going to make money that the bank system makes right now. That's it. And 1,000, obviously, people is going to make a lot more money than 10 grand a month. So here's the team approach model. Joe introduced me tonight. A couple other guys. I remember sitting down with Joe for the first time. Him and Marianne at their kitchen table. Joe had 3 different laptops out, computers going around. I was like, this guy got more laptops than Best Buy, man. And I was like, but he was running some different Rona stores and building some stuff. And I remember sitting down and saying, hey, bud, I can't promise you nothing except I'm going to help you. And he said, what do you mean? I said, if you get started with me, you can purchase some stuff online, get some stuff for a little bit cheaper, all that stuff. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to add people to your team as you're out there doing your job. And I said, just hold your spot. Give me 30 days to prove it to you, see if it works. And you know what? I'll give this shot a try. I heard about this before. I've seen people do something like that before, but I'll give it a shot. He held the spot, and before you know it, he's where he's at today. You know why? He took a risk. You know what the risk is? The big risk in this, as a Canadian, you're $72 as a customer, or as a member, it's about $300. So you're risking about $300. You know what's funny? Last month alone, I spent over $200 on restaurant. Now, maybe you think that's crazy, but just in a month, and maybe it's not. I know people spend $100 in a meal at a restaurant. Man, you can't go to McDonald's for 4 people anymore for less than 50. McDonald's, right? You with me? 4 people eating food. So when you think about this, we're already spending that money anyway. Why not put it into something that can give us a return on our investment? And that's why we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can put whatever you want to be. You want to be a customer, you want to be a member with us. I'm going to show you how to both break down in a second. but either one is covered after 30 days. You do not have to worry about losing any money. What we want you to do is learn how it works. That's it. Go use it at Tim Hortons. Go buy something over at Walmart. Get some cash back. See how it physically works. That's how you gain confidence, and it's easy to talk to people when you physically see yourself getting cash back from the idea. Does it make sense? And as you're doing that, we're going to add people to your team. Every time we add somebody to your team, the computer system links them together through when you get started, you get a business number. It's all linked. That means all their purchases flow up through you, and you start getting paid something called PV. PV is our monetary system. Every purchase you make, you get cash back and you get PV. Then you start getting income. So you start putting a team together, 4 or 6 people, a couple of guys, not a lot. We start paying you $400, $500, $600 a month. Again, you're not leaving your job. All you're doing is saying, you know what? I'm just buying the regular stuff I buy every day anyway. I'm not spending more than I have to spend anyway. I was going to go to Walmart 3 times this month anyway, or whatever it is. You were going there anyway, except now you're using this platform and you're getting cash back versus your credit card getting paid whatever it is, 1% or 2%. I think Walmart pays us 4.5% cash back, actually, way more than any credit card gives people, right? So if you think through this, even their Walmart credit card only gives them 1%, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So at the end of the day, we have something that's spectacular. We have an idea to help people, and that's the whole concept. As you grow this further out, you take the next 3 months or the next 6 months. And again, man, 2020, do you guys agree like you just woke up and it was like 2023? Isn't it crazy? I was like, well, we shouldn't put the Christmas decoration. All of a sudden it was like, it's almost Christmas. We better put the decorations up. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like this year went super fast. I don't know why, but I can tell you one thing. The older you get, it seems like the years start to pile up quicker, right? It's kind of like that toilet paper roll. When it's halfway through, it seems to go a lot faster to the end, eh? That's kind of how it is with age, man. Joe's laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So as you go through this, you get older, things get faster. So you start putting a couple of guys together. You start talking to some friends and family. They start reaching out to talk to people. It's the Facebook effect, folks. I don't have 5,000 people on my Facebook account because I just know 5,000 people. Look at me. I don't know 5,000. I just know someone to know someone to know someone to know somebody. And that's how it connects. Friends do what friends do. That's why our business works, because everybody wants to help their friends get a good deal. And it's all under the same umbrella. So here's what happens. Put 20 and 10 people. You do this over the next 6 months. You can do it faster. We've had people do it in 30 days. But let's say 6 months from now, that's $2,500 a month income or $2,000 American. I don't know where you're at right now personally. Maybe you can't leave your job, but would you agree it starts paying off some credit card bills and start paying off this bill? Maybe it's a car payment. Maybe it's a mortgage payment. I don't know where you put that money. Maybe you save it. But for helping people save on their everyday purchases, I think it's a slam dunk. So again, in closing here, I'll show you really quickly. It's simple. What I'm doing here, I barely got a grade 12 education, folks. I'm not down on scholastic education at all. I'm just telling you, you don't need a degree in this. Are you with me? What you need is common sense. There's a lot of book smarts. There's a lot of street smarts. And we forgot there's something in the middle. It's common sense, logic, truth, logic, and common sense don't work. People don't want to listen to that anymore. Are you with me? But I'm going to try to give that to you in the next 2 minutes. If this makes sense for you and you're going to shop anyway, at least be a customer of our program. It's step one. Be a Starfish customer. It's $60 US or $72 Canadian. Go save your family $200 or $300, $400 this year, folks. It makes sense. You're going to be blessed. You'll love it. And if you do share it with people, great. You don't have to be a member to share it with people. Just refer whoever's reshared it to you, okay? But if you do think about it, if you do want to try it for 30 days, like I said to Joe, just hold your spot, Joe. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to make a ton of money, Joe, but I said, just hold your spot and I'm going to add people to your team. And that adding to Joe's team ended up him making $500, $1,000, $2,000, and a month's over $5,000 a month. He went on free vacation to somewhere, Alaska or Hawaii or something, why? Because that one moment at the kitchen table, he made a $300 decision, and he managed that decision over a few years today. That's what happened, and that's what will happen to you. We need 30 days to earn your trust, and that's why we put that 30-day money-back guarantee in there. So if you want to be a member, the first thing you do as a member is step 2. You get the Starfish program for $72, and you get the Life Accelerator for $123. It's $195 total Canadian, or I think it's about $170 American. You got to do the exchange there on that, but this is Canadian dollars, okay? Then what happens that once you do that, I want to be a member, you wait 48 hours and then you pay the $69. We waive your $78 registration fee. You pay your $69 and you're in business. You get to claim a ton of tax breaks. Now you get to ride the roller coaster ride, man. It's super fun. Okay. You're going to learn a ton of stuff. After tonight, you're going to get sent a couple of audios to learn more information. Again, you're not going to learn based on my time. You don't want to wait for me to teach you. You want to learn on your time. And we have a system that does all that teaching for you. That's why someone like myself with a registered grade 12, if you will, but really I got a grade 11 because I did that twice. I'm an expert in that one. That's why I can break out of the mold and become someone that became financially free, because it wasn't based on what my last name was or how much money I had or what my education level was. It was based on, do you see this idea? Does it make sense for you? And are you willing to share it with friends? That's it. And I said, I'm going to try it. And I promise you tonight, if you get started with us, you're going to learn a ton of information on different subjects, and you're going to want to share this with people after you use it a few times. It's very sticky. It's like, it becomes this thing where you're getting cash back and you're like, I want to bless other people. I want to show you, I want to save you 40, 50, 60 a month, $300, $400, $500 a year by sharing it with other people. And if you're going to do that, become a member with us, join the Consumer Rebellion, and let's fight back. Listen, we don't need the biggest banks in our communities having the best real estate. Let's us have the best real estate. Let's us take that money back and so share it with our friends and family. And that's all we're doing, folks. So if this interests you at all, if what I showed you here tonight interests anything at all, then what you want to do is get back with the person that invited you here tonight. That's the whole program. This is not the stopping point. This is the starting point. You're going to get a link tonight. Someone's going to text you a link. It'll either be a customer link called the Starfish, or it'll be a top customer link to become a member. Whatever one you choose, I can promise you now, the Life community, we're going to be happy for you and your family. We just want to help you. But if you honestly are going to share it with people, I would say start as a member. Let's give you 30 days. Get to some sort of a local event where you're at so you see a bigger picture, and then you're going to love. Go use it. Get a testimony. Go try it, and you'll see how easy this is to make money. It's been a blessing for me and my wife. We have a lot of great friends like Joe and Marianne. A lot of people you see on this call, we become best friends with because we share a common goal. And that's the theme this year is, listen, the COVID situation is gone. It's gone, but you know what I mean, right? We're meeting people, we're hanging out, we're going to malls, we're shopping, we're traveling now. That's all great. Now what we want to do is let's link up together in the community and let's go out there and show people that we can give them a hand up, not just a handout. That's what we want to do. We want to bless people. We want to help them make money, want to help them make a difference in their life. And I think we can do that as a team together. So I appreciate your time. Learn more. I promise you, learn more. Get that link tonight, download it, do a Zoom with somebody right after me. Just ask questions back and forth. Pop. What about this? What about that? Do you have Cabela's? Yeah. Do you have Bass Pro? Yeah. Do you have this? We ask all those questions, get them through, but let's get you started. Let's get it on the race here to help you guys make some money, because we're excited about 2022. Let's get you free, or sorry, 2023. Let's get free in 2023. That's the slogan, man. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate the intro, guys. It's a blessing to be on here, and it's a blessing to be able to share with you guys because I love what I do. Me and my wife live a great life, and I promise you, it's not by accident, and we don't take it lightly. We want to help other people have the same lifestyle if they're willing to do the same amount of work. So I thank you for your time. I know it's a little bit late tonight, but a lot of people asked me for this call at 9:30. I got to do it. So again, I appreciate the intro, guys, and it's great seeing everybody. Looking forward to seeing you guys at the next Tuesday night or the next meeting. I will throw something out there to you. Last thing, 21st of this month, there's a huge meeting. If you're interested in learning the details somewhere, ask questions. But on the 21st, we're going to do a big meeting. So thank you for your time, guys. God bless you guys. Have a great night.